What is Star Citizen? Welcome everyone. In this video, we'll find out what Star Citizen is in about 10 minutes. Stick around to the very end of the video for information on the best way to sign up, including the latest promotions. So let's begin. Star Citizen is the groundbreaking space simulator game designed by video game designer and film producer Chris Roberts. What was started on a humble Kickstarter page with the lofty goal of reaching $2 million to show interest to larger investors has now exceeded a record-breaking $100 million from crowdfunding sources alone. This has allowed Mr. Roberts to entirely and independently pursue making his dream of the best damn space simulator ever, without the influence of third-party investors. At its core, Star Citizen is split into two components, Squadron 42 and the Star Citizen Persistent Universe. Squadron 42 is the single-player offline campaign that prefaces your character's involvement in the online portion, where you take the role of a newly enlisted pilot in the United Earth Empire Navy. The single-player game will be split into 3 chapters, the first of which is scheduled for release in 2016. It features acting talent such as Mark Hamill, Gary Oldman, Mark Strong, and other A-listers. The Persistent Universe is the online portion of Star Citizen that takes the players into the living, open-world MMO portion of the game. It takes place exactly 930 years in the future, with a timeline moving concurrently to our timeline. Humanity has discovered spaceflight and has encountered alien life while colonizing the stars. But the governing organization, the United Earth Empire, is beset by bureaucracy and corruption from within, and external threats like pirates and the alien Vandal without. When the game releases, you will be able to travel and interact with the world of Star Citizen. Because gameplay is skill-based, there are no levels or leveling, unlike most MMOs, and what you do is up to you. As a player, you can decide for yourself how you want to play, and you affect the universe accordingly. You can be a mercenary, bounty hunter, pirate, trader, or anything else you wanted to do. You will be able to transport cargo or people from system to system, mine ore from asteroids, repair spaceships, engage alien threats, explore new frontiers, and so much more. There will be several advancement opportunities for your character, most notably building reputation with various factions in the game, as well as acquiring currency, UEC, in order to further your goals, whether it's to make the fastest racing ship in the Croshaw system, buy a new scanner package to find jump points, or build a fleet of your own. There is a definite bias by the development team to avoid a click-and-wait approach, where your outcome will be determined by the statistics you are carrying, and instead to focus on a skill-based approach to tasks in order to create an engaging experience. In general, there are 2 things that will make Star Citizen a unique experience. The first is the map size. In the earliest Persistent Universe Public Alpha alone, the playable map contained a staggering total of about 400 quadrillion cubic kilometers. While ships have a built-in quantum travel engine which can deliver you to your destination in a matter of seconds, it is important to note that this is not an excuse for a loading screen. Some players have taken it upon themselves to manually cruise at a sub-quantum speed to objectives, the closest one marker taking approximately 19 hours in travel time before arrival. With plans for procedural generation of space environments, there will be no visible walls or boundaries to restrict your exploration of the great unknown. At game launch, there will be over 100 star systems to explore, connected by wormholes called jump points, with many more systems to be created or already waiting to be discovered and charted. The second defining feature of Star Citizen is the first-person element. With most space simulators, your character is tied to their cockpit. This is different in Star Citizen, where you can leave your craft at will. This allows for a much more immersive and fulfilling gameplay, because you could potentially find a derelict space hulk, scan it with the outside of your ship for potential valuables, and then leave your ship to retrieve them. How cool is that? Another highlighting experience will be the ability to work with other players in the same spacecraft. In a large ship like an Orion mining platform, you may function as a sensor operator, pilot, mining beam or tractor beam station, or a refinery worker. Your competency and chemistry with other players will help determine how successful your work will be. In a combat ship such as a mighty Idris frigate, You may be the navigational officer, engineer, turret operator, or any other number of roles, including a marine to board enemy ships or thwart boarding parties. While Star Citizen has already demonstrated the groundbreaking technologies of truly open-world travel and exploration, as well as localized ship physics grids, there is still a lot of work to be done before the game is fully released. The open development strategy that Chris Roberts has employed, however, allows you to get right into the action with the currently released modules. You access these modules from your hangar area, the personalized room in which you have your in-game items. The first module is the hangar module, in which you will access all other gameplay options. In Arena Commander, you can play by yourself or against other people in a number of game modes, including Dogfight or Deathmatch, Squadron Battle, or you can cooperate with your friends against the Vanduul Swarm. There is also a free flight mode if you simply want to get a feel for the ship you selected. The social module allows you to travel to populated urban areas such as ArcCorp. Star Marine is the module that will give you the experience of their first-person combat. And finally, the Persistent Universe module allows you to access the current expansive zone or zones and have a first look at the interaction and gameplay you're likely to find in the released game. Currently, there are plans for spaceships of all sizes and function, from the agile Merlin snub fighter craft to the massive Javelin destroyer. There are ships for every style and purpose, from the Anvil Aerospace Hornet bristling with weapons and ready to engage in a dogfight to the luxury touring Origin 890 Jump, a pleasure cruise space yacht. As we mentioned before, Star Citizen is an entirely crowdfunded game, meaning that it is being paid for by the fans. After the original Kickstarter ended, Chris Roberts decided to continue to allow people to donate to the game directly from the Star Citizen website. These transactions, called a pledge, allow individuals to donate an amount of money in exchange for digital ships or items in the game. They now offer a full range of digital and physical goods from $10 to $15,000. If you have been listening this far, you're probably interested in the game. But with the number of pledging options available, it can be overwhelming trying to figure out where to start. Fortunately, the first step is free. In the description below, there is a link to the Star Citizen website that will allow you to enlist at the free civilian level. This will allow you to reserve your name and handle for the online game's release. I have also automatically put a promotion code in the referral box, which will give you an immediate $5 of UEC, the in-game credit of the Star Citizen universe. You can immediately use this currency in their Voyager Direct section of their website without spending any real money. After you've created your profile and confirmed your email, it's time to take the next step and become a full-fledged Star Citizen. To get the game and start playing, you have to pledge for a game package. The cheapest ones will be conveniently found under the yellow Fly Now button located on the main page. From there, you can choose between the offered packages, all of which currently include both games, Squadron 42 and Star Citizen, as well as a starter ship, a personal hangar, and some additional UEC upon the game's release to cover your starting expenses. While there are many higher levels you could pledge at, the starter packages provide the best starting point for two reasons. The first is, Star Citizen is not a pay-to-win game. All items and ships will be available in the game for in-game currency after the release of Star Citizen. The second reason is that there exists an upgrade tool on the website that allows you to increase your package level at any time, so you can have an opportunity to try the game at the lowest price point and decide later if you wish to begin at a higher pledge level. It has been stated by Chris Roberts that the release price of Star Citizen will be higher, and the Squadron 42 single-player game will be separate and sold on its own. At this time, a package that contains both games, destined to be AAA titles by themselves, and at the lower pre-release price is an incredibly good value. So if you've been on the fence about picking up Star Citizen, I wouldn't wait too much longer. Finally, if you want to know more about Star Citizen, I will provide some additional links in the description below. The Imperial News Network and the Star Citizen subreddit are the two best places to go for the latest happenings in the Star Citizen universe. Additionally, a website, Star Citizen Status, is a constantly maintained fan site that gives a quick summary of everything Star Citizen currently has to offer. Thanks for watching this video explaining what Star Citizen is. If you found it helpful, please like it and subscribe to this channel. Be sure to enlist at the Star Citizen website using the link below to receive the free $5 in-game credit, and I hope to see you in the verse soon.